What's up, guys? GameNut here, and welcome back to our predictions. Now, week 4 of the NFL regular season. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look at what we did last week as well, what in Madden 19's picks were. And, we did okay again. We did basically average. We got 8 picks correct and 8 picks incorrect. I thought I was going to do a little bit better than that. I mean, obviously, a couple of games didn't go the way that, I'm sure a lot of us didn't expect them to go. The NFL was definitely crazy, man. I definitely realized that last week that these games can go any which way. It was crazy to see some teams win that I really did not expect to win whatsoever. But we did okay. Like I said, we got eight picks wrong, we got 8 picks correct. However, for Madden 19, we just evened up the series with them for the entire year because they only had 6 picks correct, which means they got 10 wrong. So that is going to even out our records. So now we are each both sitting at a 23-25 record for guessing teams correctly, which isn't still really all that good, to be honest. I mean, it's still under 500. We're not far behind it, so we obviously have time to improve and can definitely get well over 500 mark. But at least we tied things up after 3 weeks. We have the exact same amount correct guess picks as Madden 19, which makes me feel pretty good. So I definitely think and definitely plan on turning things around here to start things off week number 4 and see if we can finally pull ahead of them for the first time this year. But of course, it is now time to go ahead and jump into our week 4 predictions for the NFL season. So we have to start things off, of course, with our Thursday night game, which was the Vikings playing against the Rams. And man, that was a really good game. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of offense. Really, especially with the Rams being like so-called like this incredible defense, letting up 31 points is not, you really wouldn't expect that. Like, the Rams defense obviously is insanely good, but 31 points was kind of weird to see. However, they did obviously make a couple of big plays when it was needed. However, the Vikings, their defense didn't really look to be all that good, or maybe it's just like the Rams offense is just insanely good as well. I don't know. The Rams, they look like a really deadly team, man. I don't know. They might be going to the Super Bowl if they keep this up, starting off 4-0 on the year. However, for us, our Thursday night picks, we are starting off 0-4. Yeah, so I predicted the Vikings to win. I actually predicted it a little bit late. I chose the Vikings. I mean, obviously, I'm not lying. It would look like I'm lying if I did pick the Rams, but I chose my prediction a little bit late on Twitter, as you guys can see, because my phone's broke, so I had to wait till I was on a computer to predict it, which I didn't have until that time to say I chose the Vikings. But it doesn't really matter because we were wrong anyway. My Thursday night picks, man, they're not so good. Like I said, we are 0-4 to start off the year. I think from now on Thursday night games, whatever team I think is going to win, I'm just going to say the opposite, because that seems to be the thing that might actually start getting me, the correct guesses for Monday night. I don't know, man. I'm tired of guessing wrong on Thursday nights, but we now have our first game on Sunday, which is going to be the Jets at the Jaguars. This is a simple choice for me, man. We're going Jaguars once again. They are going to get another win. They're going to be 3-1 on the year, which, I mean, okay, so I was kind of like on the Sam Darnold bus, like after seeing what he did to the Lions the first week of the season, but since then, I mean, it's like, it just looks like your typical Jets quarterback at this point. Like, he can't get a win. He can't close out games. He's not coming back from behind if the team is down by 1 score or something like that. Hence, like the Browns game and whatnot. It's just like, I don't know. Until he shows me he can get one more win, I'm going to go with the Jaguars defense, which is really good at home. Playing against Sam Darnold, I think that's going to be easy win for the Jags. Our first division game of the week is going to be the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. And, if you told me entering week number 4 at the start of the season that the Dolphins would be 3-0, the Patriots would be 1-2, I just would have laughed at you, dude, because there's no way I would have believed that. But, here we are. Tom Brady is sitting at 1-2. The Dolphins are somehow 3-0. However, I just don't see the Patriots taking another loss. There's no way they are going to start 1-3. Obviously, a lot of people would love to see the Patriots to continue to lose. I mean, obviously, I really wouldn't mind it either, but the Patriots at home, they're not going to take a third loss in the road. Tom Brady is going to beat up the Dolphins. He's going to give them their first loss of the season. If he does, I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to be amazed, man. I don't see it. The Patriots, they have to win this game. Eagles and Titans, I mean, this one is, again, kind of an easy choice. I mean, the Titans, I don't think, are a very good team. The Eagles obviously are, and I think I'm going to have to go with Philadelphia here. They are going to get another win on the season, which I think will put them now at a 3-1 record. Divisional matchup of the Texans taking on the Colts, which, I don't really know who to pick here. I mean, I feel like, the Texans have to turn it around at some point. They're sitting at 0-3. The Colts, I still don't think are that great of a team. I mean, they're with a 1-2 record. They almost beat the Eagles last week. They were pretty close. But, I mean, I just don't see the Texans going 0-4, so I'm going to have to go with Houston here. I think Deshaun Watson has to turn it around at some point. He's not going to go 0-4. He's got to get a win, and I think this would definitely be a very big game for him to get that win against the divisional matchup against the Colts. So at the end of the series here, or at the end of the game, I should say, these teams are both going to be sitting with a 1-3 record. How about those Bills, man? How did they do that to the Vikings? I mean, I think it just has to be that the Vikings defense isn't that good. Like, they're not as good as they were last year or the year before. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe the Bills are finally starting to play real football, which I don't think is the case at all. I don't know. Maybe just the Vikings defense, like I said, it's not that good. But regardless, Packers at home, there's no way that they are going to get beat up against the Bills like the Vikings did last week. So definitely Aaron Rodgers at home. I have to go with the guy. He is going to have his team at a 2-1-1 record at the end of this week. The Lions taking on the Cowboys. Both of these teams are sitting 1-2. And this is another one of those games I'm not really sure, man. I mean, you know, it would make sense to go with the home team for the Cowboys, but I mean, their offense is just disgusting. It's terrible. Like, Dak Prescott's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. Come at me, Cowboys fans. I mean, Dak's not good. I mean, I saw a funny stat on Twitter last night, actually. It was that Jared Goff threw 5 touchdowns in that entire game, which is it was 5 touchdowns in the entire game, which is more than Dak Prescott has thrown through the first 3 games of the season. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a funny stat. I mean, like I said, it would make sense to go with the home team here, but I'm going to go with my gut. Like, I feel the Lions are going to get the win here. They're going to be the team that comes out on 2-2. So, Detroit, I'm picking you guys. You guys better pull through for me and get the win. Ooh, this should be a good game, man. The Buccaneers taking on the Bears. I'm not going to lie. I definitely did not expect either of these teams to be sitting with a 2-1 record at this point of the season. I mean, both of these teams have impressed up to this point, and I'm not really sure. This should be pretty good, man. I mean, I don't want to say it's the downfall of Fitzmagic. I mean, he only lost 1 game, and it was a tough matchup. It was against the Steelers, which he almost pulled it off. Obviously, there was a couple of mistakes in there that I think, Fitzpatrick did make that could have, changed the outcome of that game. I mean, just the one play that's in my mind right now is when he threw that pick 6. I mean, right there, like I said, changes the whole outcome of the game. He could have gotten the one there. So I still think Fitzpatrick is still, like, he's hot right now. I think he's going to continue to play really well, but that Bears defense is still really good as well, man. I mean, man, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to go with the Bears. I think the Bears are going to go 3-1 on the season. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to get it. I'm going to go Chicago at home. Honestly, I think this choice here is kind of easy for me. We've got the Bengals 2-1 traveling to Atlanta, who are sitting at 1-2, and I don't see the Bengals beating this team, man. I mean, their offense is just way too good. The Falcons is who I'm talking about. Their offense is just way too good, and I don't see them taking a 3rd loss, going 1-3 to start off this season. There's no way that happens. There's no way that Atlanta team lets their team start off 1-3. So I think at home they're gonna hold it down. They're gonna beat up on the Bengals. Seahawks and Cardinals. I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough choice. I don't really know who to go with. I mean, this is one of those, like, divisional games where it doesn't really matter how good each of these teams are. They always play each other very, very tough, and it could go either way. But, the Cardinals 0-3, the Seahawks are 1-2, which, I mean, it's not a very good 1-2. I don't know. I think, man, I got to think about this one. Man, I don't really know. This is going to be a pretty tough game. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of like 50-50 for me. Like, I really can't decide on which team I think is going to win. But you know what? I'm just going to go with the Cardinals. I think they're going to get their first win home. I don't see them going 0-4. I see the Seahawks going 1-3 as well, so they're going to even up their records here. I mean, just Seattle, it's crazy how the times have changed, man. Their team has just slowly gone downhill just over time with, the pieces of their team that, have just been slowly leaving and whatnot. But, I think the Cardinals, they're going to finally get their first win of the season here with Josh Rosen at quarterback. Man, we've got 2 pretty bad teams here going against each other. We've got the Browns and the Raiders. And, as much as I want to say Baker Mayfield, he's going to get himself another win. He's going to, like, just show everybody that, like, he is the savior for Cleveland. He's going to get another win. He's going to go 2-0 to start things off for himself. I don't see it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Raiders at home, they definitely looked pretty good last week. They almost got the win, which I feel like they should have gotten the win, man. It was just so close. I think that they're going to go 1-3. I don't see the Raiders going 0-4. I think they're going to get the win here, and I don't think Cleveland is going to get their 2nd win of the season. They're not going to go back-to-back. I'm going to go with Derek Carr and the Raiders. The insanely overpowered offense of the Saints, who are sitting 2-1, are going to take on the New York Giants, who are sitting 1-2. Now, both of these teams, these are two teams, once again, that usually play each other very tough. Like, they're close games, and they usually tend to be high scoring. And I think that could be the case once again here, maybe like in the 20 or 30 point range for both of these teams. But obviously, the simple choice here would to go with the Saints, because like I said, their offense is very good, and the Giants aren't really that complete of a team, I should say. I mean, obviously, they still haven't gotten that offense going, which, this could be a big opportunity for them, because the Saints defense really isn't all that good. So Saquon might have a big game. I mean, Eli could have a decent game, actually, starting getting Odell going in the offense, give him a touchdown or something like that. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I think the easy choice here will be the Saints, but you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with the Giants for this game. I think I'm gonna go with New York getting the win. The Niners taking on the Chargers. I feel so bad for Jimmy G, man. It just sucks. Like, why do people have to have torn ACLs and ruin their season? Like, it just sucks. You hate to see it. It doesn't really matter which fan you're a team of or which team that you hate. You never want to see a player go down season-ending injury like that, and it definitely sucks. So Niner fans, I feel for you, man. But obviously, with Jimmy G going out, they're traveling to the Chargers. I think we've got to go with the LA team here. I think the Chargers are going to get the win here. They're going to go 2-2, because I do think the Chargers are a decent team. They just never can seem to close out games. But I think the Chargers are going to get the win here. Then we've got my game, man. Sunday Night Football, my Ravens taking on the Steelers. We're 2-1. They are 1-1. And obviously, I'm going with my team, man. I mean, clearly the Ravens are going to get the win here. I mean, the Steelers' defense is terrible, and I'm proud of how my Ravens have been playing so far this year. I mean, especially the offense. They look really, really good. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you guys saw it, but they currently now have an NFL record for first 12 trips to the red zone to start off the season, and they've gotten a touchdown in every single one of them. So they're literally 12 for 12 for touchdowns when they make it to the red zone. So, I mean, obviously, my Ravens offense is really good, especially if Hayden Hurst, our first-round pick, comes around and he plays for the first game of the season. I think that's going to be a giant help as well. If CJ Mosley can play, man, I mean, it's a wrap. I 100% think that my Ravens are going to get the win here. I do think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game, but obviously, my team, they're going to get the win. We're going 3-1 to start off the season. And last but not least, we have our Monday Night Football and another divisional game as well. The Chiefs taking on the Broncos. Chiefs are 3-0. Broncos are 2-1. And this is, again, a very simple pick for me, man. I mean, I'm continuing to go with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes until I see a slowdown for Patrick Mahomes and how good he is, and especially that offense. They're constantly putting up like 30-plus points a game. I mean, I think they're going to get the win here easily. They're definitely going to be able to beat the Broncos. Usually, however, I mean, obviously these two teams, when they're divisional games, usually any divisional game, I guess you could say, in the NFL, it doesn't matter what the records are. They always play each other very, very tough. And I still think that's going to be a good case here. I think that obviously it could be a very good game, probably pretty close as well, but I still think that Patrick Mahomes and that offense is going to get it done, and they're going to be the lone undefeated team in the AFC at 4-0 after this week is over. So there you guys have it. There are my predictions for week 4 of the NFL season. But very quickly, it is time to go ahead, of course, and take a look at Madden 19's picks and see who they are deciding to choose for the winners of week 4 of the season. Now, starting off with our Thursday night game, I just went ahead and simulated to see who they chose for the winners. Of course, they're going to continue their streak of picking the correct team. They chose the Rams. I mean, whoop-de-doo, of course. I always pick the wrong Thursday team. They always pick the right one. It's nothing new here. Anyways, moving forward, we have the Jets and Jaguars. We are in agreement here. The Jaguars are easily going to manhandle the Jets. You guys will see the scores here in just a second, what the final scores for Madden, what they did predict. However, we've got the next game, Dolphins and Patriots. They have the Dolphins getting the win, going 4-0, and making Tom Brady and the Patriots 1-3 to start off the season. I don't know how I feel about that, but obviously we'll see how things play out. We've got the Eagles and Titans. They're also going to go against us here. They're choosing the Titans to come out on top and beat the Eagles. That's an interesting pick here. The next bunch of picks here, we are each in agreement on who we think are going to be the teams that are going to get the wins here. We've got the Texans and Colts, so we each think that the Texans will get their first win of the season here against the Colts. We've both got the Packers on top of the Buffalo Bills. We each have the Lions getting the win over the Cowboys. We've got the Bears getting the win, getting 3 wins on the season, and making Fitzpatrick have another loss on the season. Maybe some quarterback controversy there in that game could occur this week is what I'm going to predict. We also have the Falcons manhandling the Bengals in this game. We've got the divisional game. We each have the Cardinals going to get the win against the Seahawks. And last but not least, we've got the Raiders getting their first win of the season and handing the Browns yet another loss. They will not be going back-to-back this week. The next game, the Saints and the Giants. This was kind of my pick where I wanted to, just go out on a limb a little bit and, choose the team that's probably not the favorite to win. But Madden is going with the favorite. They are choosing the Saints to be the winners. We've got the 49ers and Chargers. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo hurt, we've got the Niners coming out on top. Sunday Night Football. Madden 19, you're stupid. You guys see who they chose. I mean, obviously, they're incorrect here. They're going to take an L. And then last but not least, we agree for Monday Night Football. We both got the Chiefs coming out on top. They're going to be 4-0 to start the season. So there you guys have it, man. There are our predictions for both me and Madden 19 for week number 4 of the NFL regular season. Hopefully all of you guys enjoyed, man. Make sure you guys enjoy some football here. I can't believe it's already week 4, man. Like I said, it's pretty much going to be like playoffs, and football's going to be over before we know it. But once again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Enjoy some football today, guys, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.